Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Mangalore Yatra ki jai. Okay, I'll introduce myself. First, is there anybody who was in Mayapur 3 years ago for the Yatra? I recognize your hair. Because you know why? Because they sent me the videos that we shot, and you're standing in the middle and my is the hair, so I recognize your hair. As soon as you came in, I recognized you. So sorry, put your hands up again. How many people were there? Wow, so you're still very loyal. And this is obviously a really nice program, this Bhagavad Gita class online program. So many people are doing it. It's an amazing achievement that Namaste Prabhu has accomplished. And it's just a small link to what is going to be accomplished here through everybody's help and appreciation of the fact that it's our goal in life as followers of Lord Chaitanya and followers of Srila Prabhupada. Our goal in life is to preach. That is why we are in Krishna consciousness, is to preach. Now everybody can preach on different levels, that's for sure. We're not all going to start temples. We're not all going to be sannyasis out preaching in the field. But we can all do something, some small little service or big, it doesn't matter, but we have a job to do in spreading this Krishna consciousness. Since we are all on the same page, we are all servants of Krishna. And when we think about who we are all 1/10,000th the size of the tip of the hair. All of us There's nobody who's 2 10,000s. We're all 1/10,000. We are so minuscule, so small compared to the great, to the magnificent, to the no envy, to the opulence of Lord Shri Krishna. We are very, very tiny. But yet somehow or other, and this is always the most baffling thing, somehow or other we all feel very important. Very important. And it's funny because I think this often while I'm in Sri Mayapur, and especially for very large festivals, they always have a little area that's roped off or barricaded off for what they call the VIPs. Okay, and VIP stands for very important person. And it's always interesting to see who comes into the VIP section. And I'm looking around and go, I don't know who you are, but obviously you're a VIP. And you can see everybody wants to come into that section. They all want it. Oh, come on, you know I'm the temple commander down, you know. And hey, I addressed the deities the other day. Come on, I'm VIP. I distributed books. I gave a donation of over 5,000 rupees. I should be there. So we all have this innate desire to be a VIP. But we're all 1/10,000th the size of a tip of a hair. Can you even imagine how tiny we are? Really? Well, I can't even go there. What is 1/10,000th the size of the tip of a hair? I mean, you can't even put your fingers that close and that far. You can't do it. And here I am. I'm right in there. No, that's even bigger. It's like so small you can't even fathom it. Yeah, but yet we all feel like we're really big people. We're important. Now, the real disease of this material world and this disease that we have coming into it is that we want to be the VIP. And who is the VIP? There's really only one VIP in the spiritual world, and that's Krishna. But yet, somehow or other, we, and I'm speaking for all of us, we all thought, wait, there's room enough for 2. And I'm that one. And as soon as we get that vibe, that feeling, guess what? Here we are. A material body in the material world. So that desire of being a VIP gets rewarded. You get the reward of being in this material world and a material body. And you have so much to look forward to. Birth, disease, old age, and then death. Wow, thank you. All for that one desire. I want to be the guy. I want to be the VIP, the very important person. So we get that desire, Krishna rewards us. Here you go. You want to be the VIP? There's a section there. It's called the material world. In Mayapur, they have it roped off. It's very clear. If you don't make it in there, well, you still are, but I think you get in there, it's okay. People can still recognize it. I'm still the VIP. In the material world, we're all the VIPs. Or so we think. And here we are. We're in this material world. And now, it's our job to get out. Now, how do we get out of here? Well, it's become very simple and very easy to do, especially in this time that we live in called Kali Yuga. It's the worst time, but it offers the best, the easiest opportunity to get out of this material world, to get out of this material body, to get out of the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. And does anybody have a clue what this easy process is? Who said Harinam? Back, somebody. Yes, It's so easy. Harinam, the simple chanting of this Hare Krishna mantra. Now, you would think, come on, there's got to be more to it than that. Really, I mean, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Guess what? I just inched a little bit closer. My heart became a little bit softer just from that one mantra. So I really thought about it and I was listening very closely. So I just made a little bit of spiritual advancement. Now what if you take on this challenge of chanting Hare Krishna? What if you decide, you know what? On my japa beads, I'm going to chant 16 rounds. Wow. Every day. Now you do realize that in the very beginning of this ISKCON movement, prior to anybody knowing about ISKCON in the Western world, the Gaudiya Math instituted the number of rounds to be chanted as 64 rounds. Is anybody here chant 64 rounds? Really? Wow. Yeah. Every day? Or almost every day? Every day. Wow. That's incredible. So maybe when I said that thing with the Hari Bowl, and if you're really spiritual, jump and not come back down, you probably could have stayed up. But the rest of us, we're mere 16 rounders or whatever it is that we do. We all came back down again. So this chanting, it is the process. It's so simple, isn't it? It really is simple. And there's a couple different forms. There's the personal one, japa. Japa is a just between you and Krishna. It's very intensely personal. I'm saying, Krishna, I'm your servant. I don't want anything else. I just want to be your servant. Please hear my call. Please engage me in your service. Please allow me to do something to please you. But just this chanting is pleasing Krishna. So you've already got that link, because Krishna is saying, I hear you, I hear you. You could be doing so many other things, but now you are sitting here and you are chanting my names. And it's going to take you at least, if you chant 16 rounds, it's going to take you at least 2.5 hours. Probably closer to 3, if you're really listening to the mantra as you chant. So you've decided you're going to donate some of your precious time back to Krishna. Now, in the very beginning of this movement, Srila Prabhupada never told the devotees about japa. They would chant. He would say, let's chant. And they would chant, and they had all different kind of configurations of japa beads. None of them tulsi. But they were just marbles and different kind of beads you would buy in a bead store. Just things strung together, and the devotees would chant. But there was no set. This is how many rounds you should chant. We just chant a bit with Prabhupada in the temple. But most everybody, when they left Srila Prabhupada's association and the temple and went about their merry way, they just wrapped them around their neck and then they were just cool looking beads. So nobody ever really chanted outside. Then one day, one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples said, Srila Prabhupada, I want to take initiation from you. I want you to be my spiritual master. I want you to guide me back to God. Can you do that? And this was the first time somebody actually asked that question. Prabhupada didn't bring it up. One of his disciples did. And so the disciple said, what do I need to do to be your disciple, future disciple? And Srila Prabhupada says, well, first off, you know how you chant on your beads? Well, you need to chant 64 rounds. Now, when this devotee was asking Srila Prabhupada, there was a whole group of them, about 12 of them there, listening to this conversation. And when they heard 64 rounds, they were like, whoa, Like in a room full of, let's say there's 60 people here, we have one person who's chanting 64 rounds. And that's glorious. But for the rest of us, 64 rounds, that's a big ask. That's at least 10 hours. How long does it take you to chant 64 rounds? 7 hours. Ooh, that's speed. That's fast. So for the devotees there, they were thinking 10 hours. Because they were like, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So that takes a while when you chant like that. So when they were 64 rounds, all of them were like shocked. Like, like we really like the Swami. We love Srila Prabhupada's talks. The kirtan's ecstatic. The prasadam is wonderful. But 64 rounds just to be his disciple, that's like, too much. That's like a real commitment. That's like your whole day right there. So they went, I don't know, Prabhupada, I don't know. And Prabhupada says, okay, even though that is the standard of all the followers in our parampara, I'll change it to 32 rounds. And they're still going like, yeah, 32 rounds. That's like 5 hours. I mean, I still have to go walk the dog and feed the cat and get some food to the goldfish and sit in a coffee bar and see my friends, of course, and I'm not going to mention the fact that we have cigarettes on. But anyway, 5 hours is too much. And Prabhupada's realizing. He's realizing, okay, we're not in India. These people have not grown up in Vedic culture. We've grown up as militias, as Prabhupada used to call all the people not following. We were really, really very, very low on the food chain. Yet somehow or other, we were becoming attracted to this Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada said, okay then, 16 rounds minimum. And the devotees are calculating, okay, hey, you know what, we're in the morning, we're here anyway, we're chanting, we just have to spend a little time outside. Okay, I think we can do that. So they were all like, all right, 16 rounds, okay, that sounds good. Can we all be your disciples now? And Srila Prabhupada said, well, there's a few rules that you must follow. Now, we're talking 1966 in America. Even the word rules gives everyone rules? We're not following rules. We're the free loving, free spirits of the 60s. I don't know if you guys know your American history, but we all had the long hair, we had plenty of girlfriends, lots of drugs. Somebody told you to do something like, not doing that, do what I want to do. So that was the culture, and that was the quality of Srila Prabhupada's first disciples. They all had that attitude. So when they heard the word rules, some of them turned a sour face. Rules? So Prabhupada started out. So first, no gambling. Now everybody in the room was like okay with that, because nobody has any money to gamble anyway. They open their pocket and there's like 20 cents, which is like nothing, like 2 rupees. Okay, I have 2 rupees. All right, I don't think I'll gamble that. Okay, no gambling. I'll follow that rule. And the 16 rounds and no gambling. Prabhupada says there's also no eating of meat, fish, or eggs. That's not that hard, because most of them are kind of like, hey, we're so cool, we don't eat meat, we don't kill animals, we're just too far out, too friendly with the whole world, we can follow that. So they're okay, 16 rounds and these 2 rules. Prabhupada says, there's also no taking of intoxication. Now this is a little bit of a touchy subject, because in the 60s, in America, everybody was tending intoxications of one degree or another. People used to go and sit in Prabhupada's lecture in the morning, chant Hare Krishna, take prasad, and step outside and drop LSD. It was just, okay, you know, this is what we do. Pass me that joint. How did you think of the lecture? Yeah, it's a really cool lecture this morning, man. I was really getting off on it. And that was his disciples. They were not cluing into maybe this intoxication is not such a good thing. One time, in the very beginning, Prabhupada introduced this thing called Janmashtami. He said, today is Janmashtami. And everybody went, yeah? Brother, it's like your Christmas. Oh, okay. Like our Christmas. Like a special day, a special holiday. Yeah, okay. And Prabhupada said, so for this Janmashtami, we will stay in the temple and chant extra japa, extra class, extra kirtan. You know, yeah, okay, we can do that for a bit, not a problem. He says, we will fast till midnight. And everyone went, sorry, say that again. We will fast till midnight. It's 7:30 in the morning. We still have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. No eating until midnight, Prabhupada said. And then Roy's like, I don't know about this one. But they did. They managed. They pulled through. So back to the rules. No gambling. No meat eating, fish eating, egg eating. No intoxication. So okay, we'll have to give up our LSD. We'll have to give up our marijuana. No more drinking beers and wine. Okay. Then Prabhupada said, and that means cigarettes, coffee, and tea. Wait, hold on. Now a couple of them were like, nah. I mean, right after every time I hear the Swami speak, I go have a cigarette, and then we have a coffee, and we talk, we have tea. That's just our life. I mean, you can't give up that. Surely you can't give up that. So a couple of them got up and left. Even though so attracted to the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, they got up and left. They couldn't do it. No, we're not giving that. I'm sorry. But the ones that stayed, they thought, okay, not bad. I mean, it's an austerity. We have to give up some things. We have to change the way we view life. We have to spend some time, serious time, chanting on our beads. So we will follow that. We're okay with that. 16 rounds, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling. Where do we sign up? Brother says there is one more rule. No illicit sex. I know I didn't hear what he just said. No sex. Did he just say no sex? I think he said no sex. Did he say no sex? And they're all like, what? Wait, you know, this is the 60s, free love, no sex. And Prabhupada explained it. No illicit sex, no sex outside marriage. Wait. Who gets married these days? Nobody gets married. So everything's outside. So you're just basically saying no sex. And they're like, whoa. Okay, now, a couple more got up and left. Like, come on, you know. I think you were really pushing it with the intoxication thing. But the no sex, come on. Who can do that? We can't do that. So a couple people got up and left. Now the ones that were staying were thinking, okay, philosophy is really neat. It's really fun chanting Hare Krishna. I love it. The Swami is just, he's different, he's special. And the way he cooks, that food he calls prasadam, God, I would miss that. You know what? I think we're gonna do this. So the few that were left decided, we're going to do this. We're following the 4 regulated principles, and we're chanting 16 rounds a day. And then Prabhupada says, and by doing this, it brings you up from animal life. What? Did he just call us all animals? This is just bringing us to human form of life and acting like we're supposed to. It's like, wow, this is really intense. But you know what? This is like the most amazing thing that's ever happened. Now, in that first Janmashtami, Prabhupada asked some of the people who were assembled, the young guests, what is it you like about chanting Hare Krishna? Now, some of them had only been coming a couple of times. And, you know, they weren't following the regular principles of chanting 60 rounds. So some of the answers that Prabhupada got were kind of, well, they were enjoyable to listen to. One girl stood up and says, oh man, I love chanting Hare Krishna. It makes me so high. It doesn't cost anything, so the cops can't arrest me. And Prabhupada said, yes, very good. He was just appreciating everyone, at least getting a little taste of Krishna consciousness. Now, quite a few people actually said things like that. You know, I just love it. I don't know what it is, but every time I say Hare Krishna, I feel good inside. Prabhupada, yes. So the understanding of Krishna consciousness was very, very simple and very, very naive in the very beginning. But yet, somehow or other, here we are. 48 years later for me, of chanting Hare Krishna. Now, when I first chanted Hare Krishna, the first time I chanted Hare Krishna in the association of devotees. Now, for those of you who are in Mayapur, you know this story, but I'm going to tell it for the larger part of you who didn't attend that Sangha in Mayapur. I received a Back to Godhead magazine on the street at a traffic light. And it was given to me by my best friend from high school. And this is 2 years after we graduated from high school. I hadn't seen him. We were best friends in high school. We did all the things you're not supposed to do as a human being together. We did them. We went to parties, we got high together, we drank together, we chased girls. Okay, we did all that nonsense together. Now I see him at a traffic light. He pulls me over. I get out of my car. I'm looking at him. Okay, looks kind of normal. He's wearing regular looking clothes. Approaches me with lines like, you know, how are you? Everything okay? Good to see you. That's the normal. Then he said something to me which shocked me. He said, are you happy? And I'm like, wait. You don't ask somebody like me if I'm happy, because it's like a given, right? I'm a cool guy. I was like one of the cool guys in my high school. I still think I'm a cool guy. I had cool hair. I was certainly dressed cooler than he was. I'm a cool guy. You don't ask a cool guy if he's happy, because you know he's going to be happy. It's not even a question you ask. But he asked me that, are you happy? And I went into a spin. I was like, whoa. Who asked a question like that? I'm 22 years old. I'm like in the peak of my physical prowess. And I'm not happy. I was like, wow. What a question to ask. And I had to answer honestly. I said, no, I'm not happy. And he goes, I know. Neither was I. We were doing all these things together, but it just didn't make me happy. I said, I know. I go to all these parties, and I'm having supposedly the time of my life, and I'm thinking, is that all there is? What am I going to do when I'm 50, 60, 70? Am I still going to parties and having the time of my life? No! What is it? What am I missing? And he says to me, you do realize in the Bhagavad Gita, and he pulls out a Bhagavad Gita. Now I look at the Bhagavad Gita, and he says, it says in the Bhagavad Gita that you are not your body, you are a spirit soul. And at the bottom of the book, because I'd never heard the the Bhagavad Gita. It says, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And I read this and I looked at him and I went, what? You're a Hare Krishna? And he took off his face to look at him. Sure enough, he shaved up. No hair. He used to have these really cool curls that were coming down like this. I had more wavy long hair, and the two of us, we rocked it together. Now he's shaved up. He's a Hare Krishna. Now I had seen Hare Krishnas on the street. If they were walking down the street, I would go to the other side of the street. I'm not even going to walk past those guys. They are so weird looking. Who wears sheets? Nobody wears sheets. We wear cool jeans. We have cool hair. These guys don't have any hair. Something's wrong with these people. Not wanting to know the philosophy, I would walk on the other side of the street. Oh my God, did you see those guys? They're called the Hare Krishnas. I don't have a clue what they're about. I don't know what planet they're even from. Look at them. So when I realized that my best friend from high school was a Hare Krishna, and what I knew about him was he was a cool guy like me. So I thought, if a cool guy like him could be a Hare Krishna, tell me more. So he started telling me the philosophy. And everything he said, you're not your body, you're a servant of God, you're trying to serve your body, you're trying to think that this is the be-all, end-all, well, all you have to look forward to is birth, death, old age, and disease. All these things are going through, and they're going in, and they're going down in my heart. And I'm going, whoa, yeah, like that makes sense. That's why a cool guy like me was not happy. I was not happy because I was thinking I was my body. And when you try to act on those terms, you're never going to be happy. Ever. So I was like ready to surrender. It took me a week. I read the Bhagavad Gita. I went to the temple. I didn't go for what we call the Sunday feast. I went to what they call Mangal Arti. Who here was here for Mangal Arti this morning? It's pretty special, isn't it? 4:30 in the morning. It's like, really? It's so early. Usually I used to go to bed at like 3 or 4. But I went to Mangal Arti. I knocked on the door of the temple. It's 4:15 when I got there. I knocked on the door of the temple and nobody answers. And I'll check the address. It's the right address. The lights, there's no lights on. It's 4:15 and I'm thinking, okay, the moment of truth. I read the Gita. Made a lot of sense. I'm knocking on the door of the Hare Krishna temple. The Hare Krishna temple. The guy's wearing sheets with bald heads. What am I doing? You want to go find out if it's for real. So I knocked again. I could have just run off. Run back to my car and go, woo, that was close. I almost went to a Hare Krishna temple. But no, I knocked again. This time, somebody answers the door. But he's not normal looking. The sheet, I understood, because I've seen them. He's wearing no shirt and a little flowery looking dress. It's a dress. It's just above his knees and he's got it wrapped around him like a skirt. And I'm like, inside, what the heck? Like I got the sheet thing, but what is he wearing? Man. I mean, we all know it's a gum show or whatever you want to call it, but you know what that is, but I didn't know what that is. I'm an American! Never been to a temple, never seen a Hare Krishna wearing a little, wrap cloth around him. Anyway, so I go inside, I sit down, he goes to another room, comes back, he has a cup. Everybody loves a cup. Inside the cup is a little brown ball. All of you who've been to my airport, you know what's in the cup. You know what the brown ball is, but maybe the rest of you don't know what a brown ball in a cup is. So I'm looking at it like, I've never seen a brown ball in a cup. And I'm looking at this little brown ball in my cup. It's a little white cup, a little brown ball. And the little brown ball is oozing liquid. Okay? It's not like a regular ball because I can see stuff dripping out of it. It's almost alive. Stuff dripping out of this brown ball. I wanted to touch it, to poke it, just to see what it was. He goes, don't touch it. Yeah, I won't touch it. He says, take the cup and pour the ball into your mouth. Looking at it like, yeah, right. How would you put a ball in your mouth? A brown ball with all kinds of stuff oozing out of it. It's juicy. So let's do this. What the heck? You're here, Hare Krishna. What the heck? Do it. So I pour the ball in my mouth. It's 4:15 in the morning. And I have my first taste of prasad. It's a sweet called a gulab jamun at 4:15 in the morning. Whoa! What is this? And he tells me, this is a sweet that we offer to our deities, and now you're getting the remnants. I was like, wow! You guys eat stuff like this at 4 o'clock in the morning before breakfast? That's fantastic. I loved it. So he walks away and then comes back later. Before he leaves, he says to me, in about 15 minutes, I'll take you into our temple room and you're going to see God. Going to see God. Now, growing up in America, nobody has a clue who God is. It's all faith. Have faith, my son. One day it will be revealed to you. Why not right now? Just have faith. Sorry, that's not working for me. But that's what it was. So you draw an image in your mind of God. Okay, he's got to be like old, right? He's the original, so he's got to be old. So he's got long white hair, long white beard. He's probably wearing a white robe. And I'm going with he's sitting on a cloud. And I'm thinking, if that's God, I'm not so attracted to that. But these Hare Krishnas, they're telling me who his parents are, where he lives, what he likes doing, everything you need to know. So I'm thinking, this is the philosophy. This is definitely the way to eat. I'm loving this thing. So he comes down the stairs. He takes me inside. It's a dark room. The temple room. It's pitch black. It's now 25 after 4. Pitch black. And everybody inside of it is just walking back and forth or just sitting down, talking to themselves. All just going. I had to start a job. They had no clue what they were doing. All I can hear is this buzzing sound. And they're all just looking like zombies or something. I felt really uncomfortable at that stage. I was thinking, jeez, I'm not quite getting this part. I'm sorry. This is kind of strange. So then I hear a sound. Pierces through the darkness. And at that moment, everybody dies on the ground. And I'm the only one standing. I was like, what? Is this an air raid? Thank you. Kind of wrecked the joke. So I don't know what's going on. All I see is everybody on the ground. I'm like, okay, whatever. Next thing you know, the curtain's open. And I'm ready to see God. And I'm looking like, okay. I knew what God looked like, because the Bhagavad Gita, he's on the cover, right? He's blue. I get it. And I'm looking, at God, and God was not blue. God had really big eyes. And there was 3 of them. And they're all just standing there staring with these big eyes. And they're all different colors. One's black, one's yellow, one's white. 3 different colors. God. It was Jivnath, Baladev, and Subhadra. That was God. So again, a leap of faith. Philosophy, the glove jumping. The job was a little weird. God was the big, okay. But then the kirtan started. And it just so happened, this kirtan, that particular day, the lead singer was a sannyasi known for his ecstatic kirtans. His name is Vishnu Janan Swami, and he led the most amazing, energetic, ecstatic kirtans. And he had 15 young men with him as well. And the temple was just rocking. Mangalore. Samsara, and you're dancing. Samsara Dava, and you're dancing. Everyone's dancing. Now the temple in Philadelphia had wooden floorboards, slats they call them, lined up together. And so when you jumped up and down, there was a little give in the boards. So the boards start moving, and I'm standing there. Next thing you know, I'm jumping up and down. The boards are making me jump up and down. So I'm part of this kirtan now. And I'm like going, okay, yeah, this is cool. I like this. I used to play basketball. I can jump really well. I'm a big jumper. So you think you can jump? Watch this. And I start jumping as high as I can. And I'm just like feeling the ecstasy of kirtan. So I got the philosophy, I got the glove jumping, and now I've got kirtan. And I'm sold. That's it. The kirtan finished. I was so disappointed. I wanted to keep going and going and going. It was so ecstatic. Kirtan. It just moves you, doesn't it? Even as we're getting older, like I'm old. Is anybody older than me here? I'm 70. Anybody over 70? 71. 71, you got me. 70 as well. So we're 70? 70's good enough. So we're in our 70s. And somehow or other, if you allow kirtan to come into you, you can still rock it, just like you did when you were 60, 50, maybe not 40, 30, 20. But anyway, but that is the point, right? Am I correct? You still feel kirtan? It really moves you? Something different about it, right? You wouldn't want to go to a nightclub and hang out with 20-year-olds going, yeah, okay. Then you look at it and like, go home, Grandpa. But here, in our temple, you can be 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. You 10? Yeah. And we're all on the same page with it. And nobody's looking going, oh my God, she's 10 years old. Look at her dancing like that. Oh, he's 70. We don't go there. Because we understand we are not this body. We are 1/10,000th size of the hair, and that little fellow loves to dance. It's natural. It's his natural thing to dance. So I'm going to stop right now. I don't want to keep waffling on and on. But I wanted to introduce myself. Because this is an amazing thing. Srila Prabhupada took so many fallen conditioned souls and his attempt to engage us was successful. He gave us all service that we could do. He gave us, no matter who we were, and there were so many different kinds of devotees coming to him, from all different walks of life, from all different social backgrounds. And somehow or other, Prabhupada made it work. This International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And it's all to the glory of Srila Prabhupada, the general, who is leading us back to Godhead. And somehow or other, we are all becoming attracted. We are all together in this. We help each other. That is the importance of this group, sadhu sangha. We are here for each other. Because that is a true Vaishnava. A Vaishnava cares about the fallen conditioned souls. And let's face it, we're all fallen conditioned souls. So we have to care about each other. We have to be there to support one another. It's very, very important. I'm in Sridham Mayapur. That's my home. And I do Harinam Sankirtan outside the TOVP office, and I have other groups that go around as well. I call my group the Mayapur Harinam family because I feel that we're all family. And I'm the only 70-year-old in the group. I'm the only one from America. But yet, we're all family. We're all connected. And our connection is this Hare Krishna mantra. So I encourage everyone, when chanting, chant with all your energy. Don't save it. What are we saving it for? Right? What are we saving it for? So let's all join together and chant very loudly together. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! That wasn't loud. I know I have the microphone. I can take it away if you want. Because I'm still loud. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Now, the beauty of chanting loud is compared to chanting your japa nice and soft, is that when you chant loud, you are benefiting yourself. You are benefiting those around you. You are benefiting those who are outside. All living entities become benefited by the loud chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. So, because we are in this movement to help one another, and by one another I mean one another who are here and one another who are outside, who are yet to discover the wonderful, enjoyable pleasure of chanting Hare Krishna. So this is meant for all living entities. So this time, with a little more volume, I want you to put a little effort into it, a little energy. Okay? Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Hare! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! Hare Hare! Srila Prabhupada ki! Okay. So, I can take a question or two, as long as we don't try to stump the old guy up here, and we're good. Okay. Does anybody want to ask a question? Good. Oh.
We just heard that we've been chanting since 48 years. So even today morning we saw how we've been chanting. We're not getting distracted at all.
Can we make the mic work? Everybody can hear what she's saying.
We've been chanting since 48 years. Prabhuji is chanting since 48 years, and we saw that today morning chanting with so much attention. He was not getting distracted. We all were distracted so many times. So could Prabhu please discuss the tips on how to increase the quality of your japa or increase the attendance japa?
Yeah. As you know, japa is best when it is chanted. Japa is best when it is chanted. The number one time is the Brahma Muhurta hour, which is right after Mangalore. Now, Srila Prabhupada placed so much emphasis on Mangal Arti and chanting our japa very early. Because you can see, like right now, we're trying to concentrate on this class. This is going on, this is going on, there's noise over here, there's so many distractions. And because we are very neophyte, our mind is wanting to go, what's that? Oh, what's over there? What's that? What's that? What pink? I thought pink, you know. So many different things are pulling us away from full concentration on Krishna. So that's why we try to chant our japa early in the morning. And now, if you look at the life of Srila Prabhupada, he did everything very, very regularly. He never got jet lagged. He would travel to far, far away, different time zone, totally different time zone, and he would still do the exact same thing at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 10 o'clock, at 12, everything. And it used to confuse everybody, like, how is he doing this? Because Prabhupada was so focused, and that focus, that purity of mind comes from this chanting. And then Krishna helps you along. I often give the example of, like Mangalore for me. I retired from business in 2013. I officially retired. 60 years old. Yeah, 60 years old. I retired. And I said, okay, now I don't have an excuse anymore not to go to the morning program. So I said it to myself, that's it, from now on, and it's been 10 years, I go to Mangalore every day. And not a lot of us 70-year-olds go, because it's difficult, I know it's difficult, and I'm just going to keep going as long as I'm allowed. But a thing that I do is I never allow myself to sleep for 1 second more than when the alarm goes off. I control my mind to the point where my mind doesn't even bother me in the morning. It knows, he's just going to get up, just save your attack to a little bit later. So now I've been doing that for 10 years. I've never slept in past the alarm once. Not once. And because of that, my mind, like Bhakti says, beat your mind first thing in the morning with a stick. Well, that was my stick. I said, no, I'm getting up. I'm going to do this. You're not going to make me go back to sleep. I'm not doing it. And now my mind leaves me alone. So when you actually program in your mind that this is what I really want to do, when I chant japa, I really want to hear what I'm saying. It's very important to me. So just let me do this. You can try to make me do other things later, but right now, let me do this. So I make a deal. It's like compromising with the devil, but the devil's like in mind. I just said, just let me do this. Let me have the morning. You can attack me in the afternoon, tell me to, go do this, go do that, whatever you want to do. But for the morning, it's mine, it's me, it's Krishna, that's it, end of story. And it works. So I play little mind games. I play games with my mind. And I let them think, okay, it's going to get me later, you can come at me later. But, because I did the morning program, because I chanted good rounds or tried to, I am stronger than he is when he comes after me later. Whereas in the morning, first thing in the morning, but what's that? Did you see that? What's he doing over here? What who's talking to? And so that's the mind. The mind wants to keep you distracted and wants you to keep trying to appreciate, enjoy, figure out, whatever it is, something that's going to keep you in this material world. And if your goal is to get out, and we really should have this as our goal. And you know what Prabhupada said? Just get this one life. One life. Okay, next life, if I don't make it, then but that's just another game. Play the game. But let me have this one life. Just for this one life, let me be Krishna conscious. Not Joe consciousness or whatever consciousness. Krishna consciousness. Just for this one life. I've had millions and billions of them. Just once, let me give it to Krishna. You're up.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I wanted to, I just came to know that you are associated with
Too close. A little further away.
Yeah.
A little further away from now.
I just came to know here that you were associated with Sri Prabhupada there. How did you repeat with him? So how did it be? Repeat was there in America? Hippies.
Yeah, hippies in America.
Yeah. How did they agree with these four principles?
Now they agree with the story.
Say it again.
How did they agree with the four principles in these states?
How did they?
Yeah.
Why did they agree with the
No, how did they agree with the?
How saying that there are hippies in America,
Yeah.
how they adopted these four principles, how
Right.
they agreed with these four
Oh, I
principles.
see. Okay. Well, I was trying to explain that. It's because just like when I first came to the temple and I was weighing the different things, the philosophy makes sense. So even a hippie can understand the philosophy. He may be rooted in the total opposite of the philosophy by just trying to enjoy his senses. But the reason most people in America became hippies is because we weren't happy. And Prabhupada used to say that it's all turning these hippies into happiness. Because we weren't happy. We knew we weren't happy. And we weren't going to follow what our parents had done. Our parents just lived a normal life, what's called normal. They had a job, a car, and kids. And they just day to day, the same mundane thing, got their disease, got sick, spent all their money on that, went for a holiday once a year. It just didn't seem like a good idea of life. So we tried something else. We tried going to the extremes of the enjoyments with the sex, with the drugs, basically sex and drugs. And then that wasn't working. So when Srila Prabhupada happens to show up in America, we were all kind of like, okay, what he's saying makes sense. Let's try it. Let's try it. Because the drugs didn't work. You know, we all did drugs. I did drugs. And after I did the drug, I was like, okay, that was fun, but you know what, am I going to keep taking this drug every day? Is that going to be my life? Especially when you're 20, maybe you think, all right, you can do this. But if you think past 30, 40, I was like, you're going to be a drug guy when you're 40? You won't be here. You'll be dead doing this stuff. So that just didn't make sense. And Prabhupada's giving us the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Made sense. And I actually had a friend who read a Bhagavad Gita, and could not understand any of it. But Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, it could make sense to even people doing drugs. It was like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? It works. It actually works. And we can feel, and everyone can feel, when you actually chant 16 rounds, it leaves you feeling different than if you didn't chant 16 rounds. And there's no question about that. You can say, well, I don't believe it. Just try it. Try it. One of the things, and I just like to bring this up because I do Harinam, like I said, in Sri Mayapur. And we get so many guests coming to Mayapur now. They average about probably 20,000 guests a day in Mayapur on a normal day. So we do this Harinam. And so when you come to Sri Mayapur as a guest, I'm not talking about a devotee, I'm talking about just a guest, a pilgrim. You expect to see the deities, beautiful deities. You expect to get prasadam. We have so many different avenues for prasadam taken down. But what you don't expect is to see devotees from the West chanting Hare Krishna in Sri Mayapur, West Bengal, India. You just don't expect that. So when they first see us, it's the same every single day. There's a few people who kind of have seen this before, so they come and they dance. And the majority of people are just sitting there or standing there with blank faces, holding a phone. Phone's big, you gotta have a phone in your hand. And they all have that same face. Like, I'm from India, and I'm not chanting. These guys aren't, and they are. Oh, what's wrong with this? Maybe the phone's capturing it. Maybe that'll explain it to me, because I don't understand. And I was telling a devotee this morning, he said, I was on the plane coming here. The plane was packed, completely filled up. I was the only white body in the whole plane, and I'm chanting Hare Krishna. And I know the people around me can hear me chanting. And I know they had guilty feelings. They were like, like, we're from India, and he's not. He's chanting Hare Krishna, and we're like looking at our phone. We reading all this stupid stuff and doing that, eating the chicken noodles, and, and I can feel it. I can actually feel they were guilty. Then they look at this guy, he's from America, he's supposed to be the sense-gratifying capital of the world, and he's chanting Hare Krishna. And here we are, we're from the Vedic culture, the greatest culture in the world in India, and we're trying to avoid this. Something's wrong. And I can feel that. That's really amazing. So get back to the Harinam, right? So the Harinam is going. And whenever I'm leading the Harinam, I do like what I do. I do those things just to bring people in. Because who doesn't want to at least yell? So I stop the kirtan and I may crack a joke or say something funny and smile to look at me and to connect. And they're going to put their phones down. So maybe I'll do a joke like, hold on, let me get my phone. Then we can both take phone books on each other. Hold on. Let me see if I got the right face. Am I doing it right? Is that how I do it? And then they'll start to smile and laugh. And we're all slowly going. And then I get up to chant. And so my goal is simply that, to get them to chant. So don't stand there staring. Yes, okay, I'm from the West. You're from India. You should be doing this. This is your culture. Srila Prabhupada brought it over to give it to us, and now we're coming back to give it to you. It doesn't make sense, but that's okay. Because we're just going to chant together. And by the end of the kirtan, if you watch some of our videos on the My Harinam family on Instagram or Facebook, if you watch some of our videos, you can see the whole crowd will be jumping up and down because they forgot. When they first got there, they forgot that you're a spirit soul and you're meant to chant Hare Krishna. But by the end, they're all just spirit souls chanting Hare Krishna. So to me, that's just the pure joy of this mantra. It turns everybody into just that spirit soul wanting to glorify Krishna. And you can't help that. And that's the beauty of the mantra. It works. Okay?
What is your one advice for somebody who's just getting started?
I would say observe somebody who has been in practicing this for a little bit longer than you. One of the joys that I got was when I first joined, obviously everybody in the temple was senior to me. So I was always observing and watching, what is he doing? He seems very advanced. What is he doing? Right? So how is he chanting his japa? What is he talking about? Does he talk nonsense or does he talk about Krishna? Is he dedicated? And so that's how we learn. We learn from following the footsteps of the advanced devotees. So, as a new person, I would say there's so much potency in this mantra. And that's the point I was just trying to make here. So there is so much potency in this mantra. Whether you believe it or not, it works. So if you really put your whole being, your whole energy into this chanting, whether it's japa or kirtan, it doesn't matter. But put your whole being into it, and then you will be successful. Anybody that's successful in life, business, musician, sports person, they put so much effort into that. It doesn't just happen. You don't just go about your normal day in high school and all that, and the next day you're a world famous cricketer. You practice and practice and practice and practice and practice. You don't all of a sudden turn into a great redundant player just by picking it up. You practice and practice and practice and practice. So practice this Krishna consciousness. The goal, back to Godhead. The formula, chant Hare Krishna. And everything else falls into place. So put a lot of effort into your japa, and don't hold back your kirtan. If you're at the advantage of being in a kirtan, put your heart and soul into it, right? Chant loud, dance as much as you possibly can. Don't hold back. What is the point? What are we saving it for, right? What are we saving it for? you don't know when your ticket will be punched. Using the expression. You don't know. Like, I know my ticket's getting closer to the top. I know that. So I want to go out dancing and chanting. Can I share with you something? My desire is to be chanting Hare Krishna and leave my body and have Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada come and say, okay, we got another kirtan for you to go to. And I actually meditate on that. If I start to feel a bit faint, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Okay, didn't go that time. Because that is my goal. I want that to happen. So if it happens, it happens. But I don't want to be sitting around going, no, I want to give it all I got so that there's nothing left. By the time of death, you gave it your best shot and you know it. And you feel comfortable with that. I did the best I possibly could. One quick story. In America, we had what we called the library party. It was the smartest, most advanced devotees in our movement would go to libraries and universities and try to sell Srila Prabhupada's books to the professors. And these devotees were the cream of the crop. Very, very intelligent. Because they could speak to professors, like-minded people. So they got to have a darshan with Srila Prabhupada. Just these devotees, it was 10. And so, being the intellectuals that they were, they got a pad of paper and a pen. They were ready. They were going to ask Srila Prabhupada these questions. Prabhupada would give them the answers, the clues to do better, and they would write it all down so they wouldn't forget. Because that's the way they were. They were like the guys that carry pens in their pockets. They were ready. So they all sit down. The head of the group, Hridayananda Goswami, says, Srila Prabhupada, we are all the library party. Can you give us some advice of how we can do this? And Prabhupada said, just do your best. End of darshan. Just do your best. Do the best you can. You can't ask for anything more, can you? You do the best you can. We're all on different levels. We just do the best we can. And that's all you can do. And that was Prabhupada's advice. Just do the best you can. And when you can say, I did the best I could, what more can be asked of you? Krishna will say, that was it, thank you, that's all I wanted. You did the best you could. Now I was saying this morning, I know we have to go, right? I was saying this morning to the devotee, I was saying that Krishna has given us all talents and abilities that are there. If we're materialistically talking, they're there for us. They're there for my enjoyment, how to make my life happier, my life better, my. It's all about me. And Krishna's giving me these things now. I'm going to utilize. He's giving me a great body, a great mind. I'm really cool. I'm wonderful. Everything. I got money now. Everything's swinging. I'm great. Everything. Thank you, God. He gave it all to me. Or we take whatever talents and gifts Krishna's given us and we give them back. We give them back. That is the perfection of our life. We give them back. You have a devotee like Ramanishta. He has visions. He is intelligent enough to know how to organize and to think big. And he's using this for Krishna. He's not building himself a nice big house so he can have 3 or 4 cars and another house over here. He's not doing that. He's doing all of this to bring Krishna's devotees into a beautiful temple. That's using his talents for Krishna. So everybody has talent. Everybody. Now your talent may simply be, I can't really do a whole lot, but I do have some rupees I can give. I can help. I can be a part of the growth of this amazing temple. Let me do that. And that is your service. Or maybe you can just come and you can clean or you can do this, or you give advice on how to do that, or whatever it is, but we all have talents. We all have abilities. And the key is to not use it for yourself, but to use it for Krishna, for His service. And that's doing the best you can. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks so much, Jivnath. Thank God. We are very grateful. And today, what we are going to do now is upstairs we are heading to Shalom. The place you are this is going to be our air-conditioned auditorium. That's what we have planned. And Prashadam is actually upstairs. Now you will go upstairs, have Prashadam. And after that, we are going to pull the Ratha and take it to the school, where in the evening it will start. So you have a chance for a small Ratha Yatra now. Okay, but we will not going to take it. In the evening, we will take 3 hours of Harinam to bring it. Now we will finish it in half an hour. Just quickly put it to the place, because there they have to do the decoration and get the Ratha every evening. Okay? Ready?